training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field.
And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
Well, the Silver Lions.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Second and 2. Forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And incomplete on the deep ball.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is taken at the 18. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The 2nd-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 26. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hurts.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
The Eagles are the perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
That's a big force of completion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little bit better. Forcing them to kick a field goal because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw.
This is caught. It's Brown.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 15-yard line.
A nice pickup of 17 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Throwing is Hurts.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon.
One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
A call from Nick Sirianni. Let's go for 2 here, he says. Hurts will throw.
Steps away. He's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on a 2-point try. Tried to roll out, make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there it's really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend a play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and you end up getting sacked.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2.
And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy is nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
So how would you describe that one, partner? Workman-like right there, getting that first down, blue-collar type football?
Yeah, only needed 3, got 4, just enough. I like workman-like.
I think it's pretty cool myself. Everything doesn't have to be high glamour in this game.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
And the Eagles are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Eagles offense and A.J. Brown headed back out there.
Well, September sure treated him kindly. Now we flip over to October. Any reason to think that those numbers drop, or can he keep the pace up?
Well, he can keep the pace up, but it's going to get a lot more difficult now. To me, it's a lot like baseball, all right? When guys, when they first hit the league, whether it's a pitcher or a hitter, and they go through the league the first time and they're hot, they're going, wow, what a phenom. Then they get tape on them, they get scouting reports, they start to do different things. Let's see if he's going to adapt and expand his game in order to keep up that type of production.
That's a good call because he's a known entity. Let's see how they defend him going forward. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Six nothing our score after one. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. On first down, Hurts. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
They go play action with Hurts. And that one into the hands of Brown downfield.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one goes for 30 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run with Sanders. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers.
And the Commanders are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it, a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations than 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Straight ahead, Gibson. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
A 39-yard punt, a return of 5.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. It looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points. But then the Hurts fumbles it, and it's Washington that scoops it up.
And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now a play fake here on 1st down.
And this one too low.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts over the middle here to Brown.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Back to throw again. And he's got it. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Jalen Hurts scoring on the sneak from a yard out.
And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
So their second touchdown of this first half, they went for 2 after score number 1, didn't get it. Now they get the equalizer, so to speak.
So to speak, and you can understand the thinking. Because they didn't get it after the first score, they wanted to get back to a normal points pattern, get up to 14. But just think, if they missed it here, only up 12-0, 1 extra point on the other side can ultimately beat you if they score twice.
One final possession for the Commanders in this opening half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They'll look to throw now on first down.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
2nd and 9 now. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
A 52-yard attempt.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. So we have come to halftime, and what
message received here? No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And he returns this to the 22. Wide receiver A.J. Brown. You see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave him no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on, because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 45-yard line.
That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
After the sack on first down, Hurts looking middle, and that's complete. Now he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
We see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Got him in. It's Brown.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 25-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
12 more yards there and another first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Hurts.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down. Hurts.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this is caught by Watkins. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And that's always a good place to throw it, just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. That's caught inside the 20. But he will be taken down, but it's a big play and a conversion for Washington on 4th down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
One more time with Gibson. Gets around him. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side. Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Commanders are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line is getting some smiles on its faces. I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially the skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
First down now, but that clock rolling. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
They have to let the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
And it's caught. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
Clock running as Washington will try and hurry up.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So a little under 50 seconds to go. Plenty of time if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, had they given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. The 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
2nd and 6. Throwing is Hurts.
This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try to run this one in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding it at the 2. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try to run this one in. They lost 4 there, and it's third down. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as he'll go for 2.
Hurts will throw.
On the move to his left. And he will get into the end zone. So the lead stretches from 9 up to 11. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense it makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes he's the unaccounted for.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ball game.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future they've got to work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for Philadelphia, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll have another road